hugely gaining popularity here in Kenya, with many celebrities buying this car. This is the one and only beautiful Range Rover Sport. Low fuel mileage won't be the greatest in this car because you only get around 7 kilometers per liter. It still pumps out 340 horsepower and around 500 Newton meters of torque through this 3-liter V6 supercharged. And all this power is not for nothing. It does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 7.2 seconds, which is relatively decent for an SUV, and it has a top speed of 210 kilometers per hour, which for a grocery getter or a luxury cruiser, it's not bad. And under these beautiful 2-color rims, you get 4-piston brake calipers in front as well as in the back. And no, they're not the same size as in smaller cars, so these ones have a lot more stopping power. For looks, the first thing you'll notice is the Range Rover lettering over here, your Land Rover badge, your beautiful grille. It matches the car very nicely. Then you get your LED headlights and DRLs, which gives the car a very nice look. Plus, they have an extra, they extend like that, so it makes the car look a bit more beautiful. And to clean your beautiful headlights when they get dusty, you get headlight washers over here. You get another grille down here, which is where most of the air is sucked up for that V6, supercharged V6, because that supercharger needs that gaseous juice. Then you also get another vent over here to cool your intercoolers or radiators. And these also work very well because they come all the way over here to cool down your brakes. Then from the side, along your nice lines, you get another functional vent right here to let hot air escape from inside the engine bay. All the way outside through here, it comes up like that and leaves right under the spoiler over here. Also get vents on the side, but these are non-functional and just there for aesthetics. Today, before going inside, we'll finish with the looks, because you also get your eyelash kind of lights over here with that red, which it gives it a nice pop. You know, you can't just have a plain car. Your chrome trims over here and your Range Rover badges are in chrome. Land Rover badge over there, it's not a true Range without the land, you know, because you need the land to travel on. Then you get your not plastic clad over here. This is the same as this and a slightly lighter gray over here. Plus you get dual tip exhausts. These are just trims because the real exhaust is inside. And yes, it's a diesel. Why else would it make that sound? Up top you get a really nice fin and a spoiler, you know, for downforce. And while we're still at the back, let me tell you one thing. The amount of towing capacity this thing has is insane. 3.5 tons. Similar to a Porsche though. This Range Rover has air suspension, but with it on the lowest setting, it's around 17 centimeters, so it has a generally good ground clearance. The approach angles, however, aren't the best for off-roading because you only get 31 degrees over here and 33 degrees at the back, which is not very impressive. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible, it's average, but not something you should take off-road to climb over rocks because it doesn't even have plastic cladding or even scrape plates. We've now transitioned to the inside of this car, and oh my god, this is the best interior I've seen on any car I've ever sat in. Let's start with the steering wheel of this car. It's multifunctional, has your Range Rover badge, it's just classic Range Rover, and they have been copied by a couple of Chinese brands. You also get your paddle shifters here and here, though they do feel a bit cheap and plasticky compared to the rest of the interior. Similarly to the way these buttons don't have that metallic or premium feel to them. It shows you that your car can go up to 240 kilometers per hour, but in reality it's limited to 210 kilometers per hour, so you'll see this line going only till around there. Also, it only revs to around 4,100, which compared to other cars is quite low. It is a diesel though, so we'll forgive it for that. Moving to the center console, starting from up, you can see you have your AC vents over here, your hazard controls over there, one infotainment screen here, and another one right here. Check this out. You can control everything from these screens, from your climate control, your vehicle settings, sports mode, and even more stuff. Then you have your gear selector over here, traction control, and your bags controls for your suspension and how high or low you want the car. Plus your parking brake is right here and is very fancy. Then you have your piano plastic. I'm not a huge fan of these trims because as you can see, they get pretty scratchy and you can see them in the sunlight. But it's very easy to just coat them with resin and they go instantly. And under here, you get 2 cup holders. One thing I really love about this car is that they've kept the dials over here, so it's easier to move the dials rather than fighting with the screen to just lower your temperature so that you feel cool enough. Moving on to the seating, you get these really comfortable, very soft, beige leather seats. They look so good, and they're even more comfortable to sit in. They have a pillow kind of thing over here, which is very nice and soft. Your armrests, which are retractable if you don't want them, they hug you really nicely. They are so comfortable. I wish I had these instead of my sofa sets at home. Then onto the door cards, you get the same beige leather over there, and then a brown leather, your handles over here, your seat controls. Normally in Mercedes and stuff, they only have these 1, 2, 3 settings for the driver's side. Over here, they even have it for the passengers. Another thing I really love is this panoramic sunroof, which goes all the way to the back. It gives the car such a nice ambience. And there's so much utility space as well, because if you press this button, the bottom one opens, the bottom glove box, and this button, and the top one opens too. The top one is not so huge, but the bottom one is quite huge. Then there's more storage over here, though I wouldn't use it as storage because it's nice for holding to close the door and stuff, and even door bins, which are quite huge, though not the deepest. And for those who like listening to music, you have a Meridian sound system, which is very good. The last thing to show you before we go to the back is this sunshade, which has a vanity mirror and a very nice light over there. Everything in this car is super posh, including this rearview mirror, which barely has a bezel. I was just about to leave the car and I noticed that this has a huge speaker right here in the door. Actually, before we go to the back, let's check the blind spots of this car, because it has a huge one over here. Instead of putting glass over here, they've put a big chunk of plastic, so the view out of this side is not very good. I mean, there's a G-Wagon over there. I'm pretty sure you can tell it's hiding quite a bit of that G-Wagon. And it's the same to that side, because there's actually an Audi right over there. Even right there in the back, there's a huge blind spot because there's a whole chimney there. Now the back seats in this car truly define luxury. There's lots of legroom, document space, foot room, and tons of headroom. Plus there's a screen here and here to keep your kids entertained when on road trips so that they're not just eating your head. There's a small ledge over here, your 2 AC vents right here, and you get to control your ACs from here. You also get 2 HDMI slots for your screens and even 2 USBs for charging your phones, but this is more for old people because nowadays it's just Type-C, and there's even a 12-volt socket right there. Believe me when I tell you, these seats are so comfortable, you'd never feel like leaving them once you are sitting here. Unfortunately for me, I have to go back to my 2005 Mitsubishi Pajero. And you guessed it, the interior is falling apart. The rear door cards are similar to the ones in front, with the brown, the beige, 2 speakers, and that huge speaker right there. They just look so stunning. One interesting feature that I know is not there in many cars is this. You pull this and the entire thing comes down, and it gives you 2 cup holders over here and a little bit of storage for your sunglasses and toothpicks and stuff like that right there. And even though these seats are made out of leather, they don't heat up. It's been sitting here for almost an hour, and these are as cool as the shaded parts. Child lock nowadays should be called everything lock because it locks everything out. I am currently stuck in this car because it has child lock and I'm in the back, and crossing like that wouldn't be very nice. And this is the second time in the past 10 minutes that I've actually locked myself in here because I'm the most absent-minded guy in the world.
2 hours later.
Honestly, it's so comfortable. I don't even mind staying in here for a few days.
2 days later.
Never mind, it's getting hot now. I have got to go.
2 days later.
We are finally out. Now let's check out the boot. The boot, which opens automatically. By the way, it's not the only thing automatic. If you come over here while we're waiting for the boot, you can notice that the car has soft close. And not only that, but it's keyless entry as well. Yeah, just letting you guys know. Now inside the boot, you have this peasant blocker to block all your groceries from being eyed with the evil eye from all those guys. And some more storage right under here for your spare wheel. It's one of the few cars that actually has space for a spare wheel. This space is around 660 liters, so it's quite a good amount, whether picking your kids up from school or going shopping or even going to buy bread and milk. Then you also get these hooks, 1 in each corner, and these help in tying down rolling luggage so you're not hearing budung budung every time you're going over a bump or something. And again, thank you to these guys for giving us the car to review. I hope you learned a bit more about the Range Rover Sport compared to what you knew before. It's a very comfortable luxury cruiser. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and leave a comment down below. We love your love.